guys, and welcome to this lesson where I'm going to be teaching you guys how to play power chords. Some of you of the beginners might have heard of power chords and wondered, what is that? Well, a power chord is the most essential chord when you're learning a bar chord. So every bar chord has a power chord inside it. So what is a power chord? A power chord is, in musical theory, it's your root note, which defines the chord as your G, your note on your fretboard, which defines the chord, which is your root note. Your next is your fifth, and the next note is your octave. So it is your root note, your fifth, and your octave. For example, let's say G. You find your G note on your sixth string, and that would be your root note of it. And then to complete the power chord, you put your fifth with, which is 2 frets up, 1 string down. So your index finger will be on the 3rd fret of the 6th string, and your ring finger, you put it onto the 5th fret of the 5th string, and your pinky, you put it onto the 5th fret of the 4th string. Or you can just see it right here like this. So that will be a G power chord. 3 notes, done. A good way to practice this is you find a place where you want to do your power chord, and you would press down, like for example this an A. Just do it on the 5th fret, your index finger on the 5th fret, your ring finger on the 7th fret of the 1st string, your pinky on the 7th fret of the 4th string. Then what you would do is you would pick each string independently. So yeah, it rings out, next one, rings out, next one. So once you heard that each and every one rings out, now you can play your power chord. Then you know. It is exactly the same way you would learn any other chords as a beginner. You would first practice when you press any chord. So for example, a G. You first listen to each note. Okay, rings out, to bottom, rings out, and you have your chord. So where do you use power chords? Now, for a beginner, when you use power chords in the beginning, when maybe you cannot play the bar chord, and then a power chord is the first 3 notes of any bar chord. So you can use it like going, let's say for example your chords is C, G, F. So if that bar chord F is too hard, you can just maybe do the power chord. So instead of you can just go and it will sound just so good, especially if you're playing it with a song or with somebody else that maybe is playing the bar chords. You can just use the power chord of it, and later on, if you're comfortable with the power chord, you can even add your middle finger on the next string down, and then that will sound almost just as though you'd be playing the F. So then you could maybe play. So what is the best way to practice power chords? For beginners, the stretch might be a bit far, so to get to be able to do it first easy, I suggest you start somewhere the 8th fret, 9th fret. Start doing your power chords. So remember, it's your root note which defines what chord you're playing. Then it's your 5th. Then it's your octave. So you can first practice that to hear that each one rings out, and you just lie your index finger. You're just pressing on your root note, whatever you decide, and you let your finger lie over the rest of the strings to mute them, because a power chord, in most cases, you only let the three notes that you're pressing, you only let them ring out. Now, power chords, if you use power chords like just power chord, if you want to play a song just with power chords, 99% of the time power chords are played in songs like rock, some pop and heavy metal songs with electric guitar, with overdrive and high gain on. That's most of the time when you play it. Acoustic guitar is mostly for open strings and not two notes. There are many places where beginners struggle with chords and they're like, I don't gonna play that song. So you can use the bar chord later on once you practice. The thing is about everything with guitar, if you do not practice it over and over, you are never going to master it. Say for example, many songs have a B minor in them, and many beginners it's hard to press a B minor. It's hard to press the bar. Like for example, and it sounds just as good as when you would use the B minor. So as well guys, I hope this was helpful to you guys. If you have any questions that you would like to ask, or anything else that you would like me to explain something on or train, I'd be happy to help you guys.